Have we been looking at measurements? Yes or no? Thumbs up if we've been looking at measurements. Who can name one of the measurements we've been looking at? We've been investigating. Millimeters, okay. Mm-hmm. So we have millimeters, we have liters. What's other measurements we've been doing in the last few weeks? Do you remember? We used a scale. You remember what those were? Kilograms. James? Mass. That's the name for kilograms and grams. Things that we measure by kilograms and grams. And Aiden Bo, do you have another one for us?
Gram.
Okay. Yes? Okay. Does anybody remember that we were studying volume? Okay. Volume. And so when we have volume, we're going to put this up. Does anybody remember what do we use when we measure volume? What measurements? Everyone? What measurements are we using when we do volume?
Milliliters.
So milliliters. How many milliliters equal 1 liter? Everyone?
1,000.
So if I have 2 liters, how many milliliters will I have?
2,000.
Ladies only. How many milliliters will I have if I have 5 liters?
5,000.
Okay, boys only. If I have 10 liters, how many milliliters will I have?
10,000.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to reverse it. You ready? If I have 4,000 milliliters, think. How many liters will I have?
4 liters.
Okay, on this one, I'm going to have you tell your elbow partner. Show me your elbow partner. Okay? So your elbow partner, you're going to turn and tell them, if you have 4,000 milliliters and you take 1,000 milliliters out, you ready? Yeah. Hold up your fingers. 4,000 milliliters, you take 1,000 milliliters out, how many liters will you have? Tell your partner. Show me on your fingers. What's another thing we were studying? So Myra, right here. What is this? Capacity. Say it.
Capacity.
Okay, so do we know the difference between capacity and volume? Tell your elbow partner, please. What is the difference between capacity and volume? Dana, did you tell a partner? Find a partner and tell them, please. Who's your elbow partner?
Sammy.
Okay, Sammy, turn and talk, please. Thank you. Okay. Josiah, do you know the difference, and can you share with us? Can you tell us capacity and volume? What would we have there?
One is taller but thinner, and one thicker and smaller.
So that's what you're seeing in those containers, right? Okay. You ready? Listen up carefully. Capacity is how much a container can hold. Volume is how much is actually in the container. Okay? So my bathtub can hold 20 liters. But if I fill up all the way to the top and then I get in, what's going to happen to that water? It's going to go over, right? So I will be over capacity, won't I? So my capacity is 20 liters, right? But when I fill my bathtub, I only want a volume of probably about maybe half that. So I only put in 10 liters of water for my bath. So my volume is 10 liters, but my capacity, the whole tub could hold 20 liters. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that help to understand it?
Yeah.
Can we remember and think about the bathtub when we think about capacity and volume? All right. First one. I can solve mixed word problems about weight and capacity with grams, kilograms, liters, and milliliters. Now let's think about this real quick. How many were surprised by this word? mixed word problems. What's that gonna be? What you're gonna see is, remember what I was just doing a minute ago with you, where I gave you milliliters and I asked you to mix them and make them liters, or liters back to milliliters? You're gonna be doing problems like that. Grams to kilograms, kilograms to grams. Okay? So you're gonna be mixing them a little bit. Ready? Here we go. I can solve mixed word problems about weight and capacity with, what do we do for grams? Grams and kilograms and liters and milliliters. Excellent. Ready? Your turn. All by yourself. Ready? Go. I can solve mixed word problems about weight and capacity with grams and kilograms and liters and milliliters. Raise your right hand. Pat yourself on the back. Good job.
The lightest. Wait,
No. This is the lightest we look at.
this is the heaviest.
And then
That's
51.
No, I know how to
Did you have 100 in each left?
And repeat to fill cups.
Yes or no? So 5 more.
G, C, E. So, how much times does 8 times B? Probably like 100,000,000%. Whoa, I think it's gonna be.
Okay, turn. Let me get this in, and you're gonna do this in right.
It's 1,000 millimeters. Yay, okay, we got it.
After what I put them all back.
Now pour that in B. Okay, so this one has how much? 10. How much does this one have?
10.
So how much total do you have now?
20.
Okay, 20 what?
20 kilograms.
Grams. Grams, because which one's kilograms? Okay, so we are back together to talk about what we did at our stations, okay? Some of you did different things. You didn't all do all the stations. Was there anything that you thought was heavier than another and it surprised you that it wasn't? Yes.
The paint surprised me.
The paint did?
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be really heavy, but when I looked at the water bottle, it was pretty heavy.
Okay, and the water bottle ended up being heavier than it? Okay, so that was surprising. Can anybody think of a job where you might use these skills? Naya?
Maybe, FedEx?
Say again? FedEx? Yeah, how many think FedEx? Do you have to know weights and measures for FedEx?
Yeah.
You do, don't you, when you're shipping packages and things? Yes.
Maybe
A scientist?
firefighter?
Firefighters? Can you think of how they might use it? Do they need to know the capacity of their truck?
Like doctors?
And how much the volume is in it? How much the holes and the pressure? Yeah, great example. And how about healthcare? Medical field.
Painter?
Okay, is a painter in a medical office?
No.
But I like that you're thinking that way, because that's a good one, you're right.
The one that gives you the shot.
The one that gives you the shot, whoever that happens to be. It could be a nursing assistant, it could be a nurse, whoever gives you that shot. What do they have to make sure they know? How much medicine is in that syringe that they're going to give you the shot? Okay, what about a medicine cup? How many had to take cough syrup in the last week? Did you have to put it in a little medicine cup?
Yeah.
Where you were using milliliters. Did you know that? You're measuring milliliters. All those things are places in the world where we use them every day. Okay?